Excuse me. I really like your sunglasses.
Oh, thank you.
What's your name?
Nice to meet you.
Andrew.
Nice to meet you, Andrew.
Are you from...
No, I'm from...
Okay, is this your friend as well?
Yeah, this is my friend.
Talking to girls when they're with their friends is a little bit trickier, but it's definitely not impossible. And there are a few little hidden benefits that actually come out of having that group dynamic where you do either approach a girl on the street with her friends or at a bar or at a social event. So I'm going to talk you through the kind of the mechanics of how you can come out of that interaction even benefiting from just having more people to vibe with in the situation. I will put this first though, because there is one dumb mistake that I've seen guys do and it never ends very well. And that is to go in, seize the pretty girl. So it's like, we're here. Okay, we can see the pretty girl over there. We're going to walk over to her. We say hi, she's with a friend, but we want to make sure this girl knows we're attracted to her. And what we do, we just blank the friend entirely. And the thing is, that is not a good approach. I know it's kind of difficult. You want to show your intentions with this girl, not this one. But all that does is kind of communicate your lack of social skill and the fact you're a little bit rude by the fact you have now ignored her friend. And if the girl you're talking to is, if she's a good person, then that would be a problem. The only girl that's going to be okay about you blanking her friend is probably not the best person, I've got to say. So one of the big mistakes we make is just going in and ignoring the friend entirely. Do not do this. It's a really bad idea. And to be honest, I say friend, but I've done this with a girl that's out with her mum, a girl that's just like out chilling with colleagues, whatever it is. I've done all these different kind of approaches, and you do play a slightly different game when it's a group dynamic as opposed to just one-on-one. I think the way that I would recommend you split your attention, because if I go over, I'm going to initially break into the group of just being like, hi, I think you look really cute. What's your name? I wanted to come and say hi. Whatever it is that I've picked of my intro, I've shook hand, and then socially, I'll just acknowledge it, be like, oh, is this your friend? And then I'll introduce myself to them as well, just so we're like all in acquaintance and we can actually have that kind of playful dynamic. Because the thing is, if we do ignore the other people, they're likely not going to like us and going to want to interfere with what we have going on with trying to build a connection with their friend. She's going to feel awkward. So at least including them, even if they don't want to enjoy or join in for the conversation entirely, is important. So within the first 20 seconds of me going over, speaking to a girl, I'm gonna ask if this is her friend. I think one of the times when it was, I walked up to a girl in Bulgaria, she was out with her mum, and I said hi to her, said hi to her mum. Her mum didn't even speak English, but I still made the effort to try and like interact. Like, I don't speak Bulgarian, but I made the effort there and then was able to talk back to go back to the girl, speak. And in that situation, I didn't have a massive interaction with her because I knew she was out with her mum, but she seemed interested. So I was able to escalate things a bit quicker to just get a date because I didn't want to just cast the mum aside. And in that interaction, one thing I did do was remembered at the end to, even though I'm happy, yeah, this girl's agreed to go on a date, that's going to be fun, to also include the mum of just being like, hi, awesome to meet you kind of thing, have a great day. And I think that really scored me some points with that girl. I think it went down well. But let's assume that the majority of girls that you're going up to, the people that are with, speak your language and are kind of engaging in the conversation. The way you want to focus this is, as I say, it's about 80% of the time you want to put your attention and effort towards the person you're genuinely interested in, making eye contact, being playful, but then just kind of bring in the other person into the conversation, because this is where you can start to have the benefits of it being more than just this one girl. Because one of the topics that women love to talk about is relationships, not just like dating romantic ones, but like social ones. So just like, how do you know each other? Oh yeah, we went to school together. Oh, okay, which one was the nerdiest one? Like, you look kind of nerdy, so I'm going to guess here. And then they can laugh and it becomes playful, and you can talk about their connection to each other, which gives them quite nice warm feelings because you're speaking about something that they enjoy, that they can speak to easily, and they're associating that to you. You're almost then like jumping in on their like warm bond they've built together, and it allows you to build rapport with both of them. Because the difficulty with girls, especially if you're trying to attract this girl and get her number in front of her friends, well, the female world has a little bit more like status and social hierarchy involved in dating, and she doesn't want to feel like if she kind of likes you, that if she gave you her number, then her friend is just going to turn around and be like, ooh, why'd you give him your number? Like, he was strange. Like, she doesn't want to feel like that. So one of the ways that you can ease her conscience that she isn't just going to take like a big status hit or run into a bunch of issues if she decides to engage with you, is to just bring her friends in and clearly show that the friends like you. I've even gone as far to do this of, say there is like one girl I'm interested in, then we've got two other girls that are there with them, we're chatting to all of them. I will get them to approve of me before I get her answer. I will be there like, oh, it would be awesome to go on a date. Do you fancy doing that? 1 second. What do we think, guys? Are you approving of this situation? And then they'll laugh and they'll be like, yeah, he's great. And then she gets the social encouragement from them of just being like, okay, they seem to like him. Yeah, it builds momentum. And then she'll just be like, okay, here's my number. And she'll actually be more encouraged to go on the date with you and give out her number. And it's purely because it's indicating a level of social skill and the fact that you have that like emotional intelligence to know what's going on. Because yeah, a girl wants to feel like she's not going to get judged for her decision, so you're just allowing that ease of pressure. I think off the back of that though, there is an optimal level. Like, you can definitely pull it off if there's like one other girl. When it starts getting bigger and bigger groups, it can get a bit more challenging because there's just a lot of girls to manage, and then it gets a bit more complex in the dynamics of the friendship group of, well, this could cause jealousy, all this things going on. So whilst it's possible to go up to a group of 6, if you're new to this, go for it for the experience, but understand it is just a bit more difficult. For me personally, when I get clients working on this and starting to build their ability with approaching, I get them to start off easy. Just speak to one girl that's sat on a bench. That's like your easiest level. And then you can build your way up to this of having these slightly more complex interactions. I'd say they often need a more playful tone, whilst you can be a bit more serious if it's just the two of you. But in group setting, having that extra bounce of playfulness definitely helps. So that is hopefully a quick, concise ability of what you can do when you're going over. There's more than one of them. Being able to keep 80% of your attention on the one that you're genuinely interested in, and even doing those like quick glances to make eye contact whilst the other person's talking. That's really good. And being able to speak to what are the relationships within the group. Girls love that. Conversationally, this is a gold mine, and they'll find it really interesting to talk with you, engage with you, because they want to talk about how they met. They want to talk about the best thing that they've done. You want to play that game of just being like, oh, okay, well, which one of you is the most competitive? Which one of you is this? And then making these like cold reads of them, and doing that of like cold reads of what are these type of girls. It's like, okay, you guys look like absolute thrill seekers. I don't know what it is. You guys just kind of give me the vibe of you're either going to jump out of a plane or rob a bank. I'm not quite sure which. Maybe you can fill me in on the plans. I promise I won't stitch you up. And it's just like the ability to create and have fun in those scenarios is abundant. So that is a quick recap of how you can do it, because it's certainly possible. So I recommend getting out there, speak to some girls, and know that even if it's more than just one, you can still get a number.